all of the kids are coming in to play soccer, and we don't have the soccer field at that point, so we have to get this done in an hour and a half. Everyone, and I know Wes has experienced it, Chris, all of us, there's a moment on set when you're looking at your watch and you're looking at what you have left to do, and everyone just kind of looks at each other like, okay, and everyone just moves at a different pace, it goes quicker, and your adrenaline starts pumping, and you're like, and like when you're done with the scene, you're just like you nailed it, like yes, we did it. Like there's such a sense of accomplishment when you have to play in that zone, you know?
And I also think, Jonathan, like you're an entrepreneur, so you go from being an actor for hire, and then you start working for a company like Hallmark, and I remember sitting down with Randy Pope, and he was like, dude, if you want to produce, bring me IP. And I was like, what's IP? He said, bring me a book or an article or whatever. And I said, well, and I went and looked at how much it cost to buy a book. And I said, well, shoot, I'll just write one. So that's why the moments like this, the sunrises. So all I said was like, I'll create my own to produce. And he said, direct something. And I'm, yeah, heck of a set.
I mean, hello, that's amazing. You're like, I'll just write one instead.
Well, I mean, there's a long chain of events, but it was, and then the thing with directing, it was like, well, then if you want to direct something, that only happens in Hallmark. That only happens because of the budget. The playground that we're playing in, like what you're saying, you just have to get very creative. And I think we went from being actors for hires, for becoming storytellers and producers and directors, and it allows us to level up, which is an amazing place.
I'm still an actor for hire if you have any gigs.
Also, yes.
It's fine.
Before we move to audience questions, I got one more for you, Jonathan. Anything you can tell us about the Mean Girls musical movie? Are you going to be in it? Yes, you.
The Mean Girls musical movie, I know nothing about it. I know they did one, or they're shooting one, but I don't think any of us have any involvement with it. I think it's a completely different cast. As of now, like that could change, but we have nothing. Like I think they did the movie, but I don't know. They might find something for us to do. Maybe it's something like cameo thing, but I think Tina likes to keep the worlds kind of separate. Like this is that cast, you know, they kind of keep the cast as their own cast, which makes sense. So it's not that they didn't. There was people. It's not that the cast doesn't want to do it. I think it's just like keeping each cast defined as its own thing. So which makes sense.
Oh, totally makes sense. And we've got Jason with the mic. So go ahead and raise your hands. Okay.
Don't all jump at once.
I feel like the people in the middle never get their due.
See one there.
Please make sure to say your name and where you're from, and keep it to a question.
Hi, I'm Michelle Newman. I'm here in Kansas City, and it is thrilling to have you three on the stage, so it is just great to get to see you. So you were talking about bucket lists, okay? The top of my bucket list is to be an extra in a Hallmark movie. So how do you get to do that?
You don't want to.
Oh, yes, I do!
You don't. Like, the idea is fun, but then when you're there for the day, and it's like June in Vancouver, and you're there all day outside in like sweaters and coats and hats and scarves, and you're doing the same thing 400 times over and over, and you're just sweating, don't do it. That's my answer, but I'm also they have a better answer that's
probably... If you do want to do it.
You do, yes, you look at that.
I would think where do you live?
I live here.
Oh, Kansas City. Don't live in Kansas City. Actually, well, no. I will say, when we were at the Hallmark headquarters, we were told that Missouri is redoing their tax credit systems, so it could bring a lot of filming into Missouri. So stay in Kansas City. I think a local casting director should have breakdowns that come out of any movies being shot in your area, or like John said, Vancouver, or wherever we're shooting, and they'll have breakdowns, and you go, and I'm not certain how they sort them out, but yeah, that's the best way to get into it.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
And over here.
Over here we have...
my name's Kimberly from Las Vegas, Nevada.
Nevada.
Yes. Jonathan smells so good.
From here.
We want to know what Jonathan wears to smell so good.
I have a question. Can anybody in the back row smell him?
Wait, do I actually smell good though? Let me walk. Tell me about smell.
Oh, here we go.
Hold on, now raise your hand if you can smell him. Like, just...
Really?
Yeah.
Well, I'm never going to tell you what it is, because then all these holes will go and buy it. They'll all try to smell like me. It's a special cologne. That's all I can say. That's all I can say. It's a special cologne.
I need my husband to smell like you.
I'll be your husband. Coming as a section.
Oh, it's a city body.
Hi, I'm Jax from New York. I'm a big fan of all you guys, but my question is also for Jonathan. Sorry. I'm really grateful that Hallmark Channel is telling more inclusive love stories, and you've had such a pivotal role in that. Is that something that you thought would happen, and where do you see it going? And I'm really, really proud of you.
Well, you know, thank you for the question. It's so exciting to be a part of, I call it the new breath of the network, right? There's a new breath that has kind of been breathed into all the stories, and not just stuff for LGBTQ+, for everyone. There's the comedy has gone farther, the drama has gone farther. We've really pushed the envelope on what the audience wants to see, right? And what they respond to. And I think at the end of the day, it just goes back to what Hallmark Channel does best, and that is telling the human story, right? We tell the story about humans. You know, they focus on actual people's lives and what a peek into those lives means for those characters. And when we set out to tell a movie like The Holiday Sitter, we didn't set out to tell a gay love story, because that wasn't the point. The point was to just tell a story of two people falling in love. And what was so great about that is that it's reflective of the audiences that watch them, right? Because Hallmark is for everybody. Hallmark Channel is for everybody. Christmas is for everybody. And so it's now reflective of the characters that are in those stories, right? So that way people watching them can see themselves and feel like they're part of the network too, because the Hallmark Channel holiday table is growing and growing, and we want to make sure that there is a seat for everyone that wants to come and sit at the Hallmark Channel table.
And if I can echo something Jonathan said real quick, I mean this from the bottom of my heart. The network listens to you, the audience, and when they find out that a story, whether it be an LGBTQ story, a comedy, which they were hesitant to do for a while, when they find out they like it, they kind of put their foot on the gas. So your voices are way more important than ours. So please keep letting us know what you want to hear or what you want to see, and they do listen.
And they watch the numbers as to what people are watching. So if you like a show, leave it on.
I'm just going to throw in that goes beyond Christmas.
And if I'm on it, turn it on and leave the house. It doesn't matter. If you're going to the store, leave the channel on.
I just want to add that goes beyond Christmas. This next couple of movies that are wedding themed. There's an Indian wedding and a Jewish wedding story. So these stories are universal. They're not just for those people that fall under those categories, and it's thrilling to see.
And I think
As
what's
a
so
fan
cool
of
about
journalism.
it's the idea that there's plenty of space, right? There's plenty of movies. We do 140 movies a year. Like, there's so much space for everyone to have a piece of the pie, and it doesn't change anyone else's piece. It just lets everyone feel like they can come and hang out at the table and be a part of it, and feel welcome, because they are. Absolutely.
Here.
All right, over here.
Next up we have
Laura. Hey guys, I'm a huge fan of Mystery 101. Super upset. But I'm wondering if you guys any of you have any plans for doing a mystery movie? And if not, if you could plan your own, what would your mystery movie be about?
Well, I'll start it off just because of the Mystery 101. So we all know that Mystery 101 is officially dead. It's way out there. Which, you know, stories come and stories go. But I will say that I am extraordinarily proud of something that I'm working on right now that is in the pipeline, that the button was sort of paused when the writer's strike happened. But there's a new mystery on the table that I'll be able to bring to you guys, which I hope, if you loved Mystery 101, you're going to love this one even more.